Extreme weather hitting parts of East Asia hard. China is bracing for torrential rains of up to 500 milliliters in parts of Zhejiang after Typhoon Dolphin lashed the province late yesterday. Heavy downpours are also expected in neighboring areas such as Shanghai, northern Fujian, Jiangxi and much of Jiangsu. Residents are cautioned against the severe risk of mountain torrents and landslides. Now, the storm has forced evacuations of more than 1 million residents and caused widespread travel disruptions. Shanghai's two main airports cancelled around 1,300 flights on Sunday, and more than 900 flights were additionally grounded today. Meanwhile, Hong Kong is sweltering in the aftermath of Typhoon Dolphin. The weather system is bringing blistering heat as it moves towards the Chinese mainland. Temperatures reached a record-breaking 36.9 degrees Celsius at the observatory headquarters yesterday. Some districts in the territory are expected to reach 37 degrees Celsius or higher over the next 2 days. Authorities are urging residents to avoid vigorous outdoor activity and remain hydrated. Meteorologists say temperatures are likely to remain elevated until the middle of the week. For more, we're now joined by CNA's Crystal Chia, who's in Shanghai, and Geraldine Yap in Hong Kong. Well, Crystal, perhaps we could start with you. What's the aftermath and extent of damage on the ground?
So this is China's strongest typhoon this year. Authorities say the official figures on deaths, missing persons and property losses will only be released later, and they cautioned against believing some of those unverified individual cases online. Now in Shanghai, as you can see, we are expecting torrential rain for the next 2 days. 60% of flights have been cancelled. But actually, other than this, life goes on pretty much per normal. I was still able to get a cab this morning, and I see food delivery riders still doing their usual jobs. The situation further south, however, is much worse. That is eastern Zhejiang province, where the typhoon made its landfall. In Zhejiang, waves of about 6 meters have eroded seawalls, while in Taizhou, streets have turned into fast-flowing rivers. We are seeing scenes on social media of trees being toppled onto the roadside, and some coastal towns have power outages. Now, before all of this, about 1 million residents have been evacuated. They are still now in temporary shelters. We will continue to await from authorities more information on the true impact of Typhoon Dolphin on China.
Right where you are, it's rainy and it's pretty much unsafe right now. Geraldine, many in Hong Kong are also struggling amidst the record heat the typhoon has ushered in as well. Just how hot is it, and what are people, perhaps like yourself, doing to really keep yourself cool?
So there's actually been a slight breeze so far where we are, which is helping with the situation, but it has been scorching in Hong Kong over the last few days. And we have seen many people walking around with either a cool drink or an umbrella or a portable fan in their hand to try and beat the heat. Now, many I've spoken to had also said that they were starting to feel physically the effects of the heat. So, for example, getting a headache. And over the weekend, we had also seen reports of people being airlifted to the hospital after they were taken unwell while hiking. Now, and even my phone is heating up in this in the extreme heat. Now, just how hot has it been in Hong Kong over the weekend? The temperature taken yesterday, the highest temperature of 36.9 degrees, that's actually the highest temperature on record since the records began over 140 years ago. And that wasn't even the highest temperature that was logged at another weather station. The highest temperature that was taken was 39.8 degrees Celsius. And the Hong Kong Observatory says that the extreme heat is expected to persist at least until the middle of the week because of the outer subsiding airflow brought about by Typhoon Dolphin.
Right. Jerry, the territory's heat resilience is being scrutinized right now. There has been criticism over a heat stress warning that wasn't really urgent enough. Perhaps you could tell us about that.
Yes, so questions are being raised about the heat stress alert system after the alert stayed at the lowest amber level throughout the whole of yesterday despite the record-breaking heat. Now, for context, when the alert level is raised to either red or black, this means that workers with either heavy or very heavy workloads should suspend their duties. But this alert level stayed at the lowest amber despite the fact that temperatures had hit almost 40 degrees Celsius at some sites. And industry players are saying that the requirements for raising the alert level are far too rigid. Now, in response, the government says that the temperature is only one risk factor when it comes to assessing heat stress. And, because of the fact that the humidity was low yesterday and the wind conditions were also favorable, that's why the alert level wasn't raised further. But they added that they will continue to monitor the hot weather and to review and see if the system needs to be further optimized.
Thanks much for that, Jerry. Crystal, I just want to ask you, this has been the fourth typhoon to hit China this year, but what really makes Dolphin, different or particularly significant?
Now, Ella, this is typhoon season for China, and in August, we would often see 2 to 3 typhoons. But Typhoon Dolphin is different. First is location. It's formed near the international date line, and it has traveled thousands of kilometers over more than 10 days. This makes it China's easternmost origin typhoon since records began in 1951. Now, despite traveling for so long and having such a long lifespan, Typhoon Dolphin remains as a large-sized system. It made landfall, as I said, in eastern Zhejiang province yesterday, and now it is moving inland, bringing rain to more than 10 provinces. Now, going forward, Chinese authorities have already warned of the developing El Nino phenomenon that is highly unusual. They warn that as this coincides with global warming, China, together with the rest of the world, will see more extreme weather patterns. And so China, just like many other countries, will be bracing for more unforeseen weather disasters going forward. Ella?
Well, what a contrast between where both of you are. Thank you so much for doing this. CNA's Crystal Chia in Shanghai, Geraldine Yap in Hong Kong. Thank you so much.